The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
And I was like, yes, hi. I was so excited.
Oh, let me get high again.
Okay, hi.
A guy get to a point and he asks you to marry him, he really wants to marry you.
Mm-hmm. He ready.
Like he really feels like, you know what, she's the one. She's the one.
You already getting the goods. You got to pay for it. Bring me the ring and get on one knee.
Okay.
Or two.
You need time to observe someone and really get a sense of how well do they treat you, how well do they handle adversity.
You're not the one because you don't have grit, the perseverance. You ain't really want me because you ready to give up. Because I said no, you shouldn't have asked. But since I said no, now it's your job to stay in the game and try to fight for it.
Boy, on 5 Heartbeats, where you make the announcement you're going solo at the awards ceremony.
What up? Welcome to One Eye Shut, a podcast about many topics from the perspective of 3 married couples. Thanks for coming back to listen to us one more again. You can hear us at defylifepods.com, iTunes, Spotify, Apple Tunes, and any of the many popular podcast platforms out there. Welcome back to the dopest podcast. Happy One Eye Shut Day. As usual, it's good to be back just to spend time with y'all, drop a little knowledge, have a little fun, just a little something to help us get through the rest of the week. 2 more days, y'all, just 2 more days, and we will be at the weekend. Hopefully y'all have some good stuff planned. It's always great to have something to look forward to. So what's up, crew? How y'all doing? You ready to start with the word of the day and telling folks what's up with us?
What up?
All right, Keita, I hear you nice and loud. Let's start with you, homie.
Oh, Lord.
How you doing?
I was trying to get interaction.
But we love it. You got it. You on. Go.
Oh, my God. Thomas, you want to go first?
Oh, see?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go first.
Go ahead, Thomas. Have your woman back.
I don't have anything big. I'm just fatigued. I'll go with fatigue. I received the second dose of my shot, and I feel like I've been laying concrete all night for 2 days straight. So hopefully I'll be back to my normal self tomorrow. So again, my word is fatigue.
Okay. Again, my word is fatigue. I would just say I've been feeling real kind of, I know it's a terrible word. I should have something better than that. But I've been feeling really like happy inside. I'm just feeling good. Today went well.
I was getting ready to say, you don't get much better than that.
Yeah. But I'm looking for something better than happy.
It's because
you want a different word.
You went behind the SAT guy.
Before.
That's your 5th time using happy.
I haven't used that word before. But I'm excited too, because spring break is coming, and just to see these kids to get out the house and kind of enjoy themselves. So hopefully we can see some smiling faces this weekend and Easter Sunday.
It is Easter Sunday this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Ladine, JR. We'll let y'all decide who's going to go first over there since Keita making up new rules and shit.
Gina said, I ain't asked Thomas first. So she said Ladine. So Ladine, right. So Ladine had a good day today. I'm tired. I know that. That's not my word of the day. I am feeling very good today. And I had a great weekend. With some beautiful people that I got to meet, some friends of my husband's that look, overnight became friends of mine. Very no, seriously, it was a beautiful weekend. Happy 40th birthday, Terrence. It was just dope. Thank you very much, Kat. We were able to spend the weekend with Keaton Pooh. Whoop whoop. It was pretty dope, y'all. So we had a bomb weekend. So I guess, I don't want to say, I feel like we've said rejuvenated and all of these other words. So I'm feeling fantabulous. There you go. Because shut up. Yes, fantabulous. Okay. So that's what it is.
All right, JR?
Yeah, ditto to what she just said. Great weekend. It's good to see, anytime I get to see my brothers, man. Good to see Terrence. I hadn't seen him in a while. Good to be around Thomas. We were missing a couple, but we had a ball. But my word for the end, God, at the risk of sounding like Thomas Stevens, my word for the day is anticipatory.
Here we go. I say keywords.
Right. I couldn't think of nothing else. I couldn't find my thesaurus and shit to make a simple one. But yeah,
ain't that some shit? You trying to sound what? Not too smart? Use a word with not too many syllables? Yeah, I don't want to do that. I need a simple word.
I ain't want to sound like I'm limited to only like 5-syllable word. I could have like, what is another word? But eager? Yeah, I say eager. Anything along those lines. But I got a 4-day weekend, man. I am ready for this year. Last weekend again was great, but as an introvert, Gene, I'm sure you can understand. Love being around great people, but it does drain me. So I need to recharge. So to be able to have a day or two to kind of, just recharge my batteries, I'm looking forward to it. So I'm anticipating it.
Yes, I can definitely feel you on that.
Yeah.
You just almost need that space just to get back to your center, right?
Right, exactly. Like you start getting short with people, and you're just like, I'm sorry, man, it ain't you. You just, man, people don't understand, like because people have this misinterpretation of, as an introvert, it's not that I don't like people, I don't like being around people. It's just that, after a certain amount of time, I do have to recharge. It takes a lot out of me. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, it's not you, but I'd really appreciate it if you could just leave me the fuck alone.
Right. Like, loneliness is my coffee right now, dude. Just bye. So,
bye.
What's wrong with JR? Nothing's wrong with JR. Just leave me alone. Right. So, yeah.
Just give me time.
Yeah. Right.
All right, Al, what you got?
What do I got? What's up, y'all?
What up?
What's up, co-host? What's up, listeners? It's the A.L. in the building. How y'all doing?
What
How y'all doing? So, what my word? My word of the day is shout out. That's my word for the day. Shout out. Because I want to shout out my niece, Deja, who is a One Eye Shut fan, and greeted me this morning with the call, and wasn't no, hey, Unc, it was, happy One Eye Shut Day.
Damn right.
And I'm like,
I love that.
Good. That's like energy into me. Get it started. Kind of about 9:30 in the morning. It was like, as soon as she dropped her daughter off, she called her uncle, and it was a just instant smile on my face to hear her voice, and it was good to talk to her. And when she said she was a fan, I told her I was going to shout her out. So it was good to hear from her. Also want to shout out my alma mater, because they called me today and asked me to help them facilitate some change that they got going on and wanted me to kind of lead a workshop. But in the midst of the call, they inquired about word on the street of this future podcast that I'm not going to go into now. But the fact that they hearing the whispers and then was extremely geeked when I told them what it was going to be about, also shout them out. So what's good? Good to be here.
What's up, Deja, baby?
What up, Dato?
I mean, she was real excited the other day when she was here last week. And she was like, I'm just saying. She was like, I'm really feeling the podcast. And then when I was talking to her earlier, she told me she talked to you, Al. She was like, happy when I shut day. And I was dying, right? So then she says, you know what? I got to take notes. I was like, you got to take notes? Word? She was like, yeah, man, because there's a lot of good stuff I'm getting from the One Eye Shut.
Nuggets.
Yeah. And she be critiquing all of us too. Like,
all of us. She be going in on us, y'all.
That's all good. That's all good. That's why we're here to be.
That's good.
To share a little bit. Hopefully people are listening and take what they want from it.
Right. And Deja and all the rest of the listeners, we do apologize for the technical difficulties we had last week. We know the sound was kind of off. We didn't know until after we recorded. So hopefully we got it fixed, but we do apologize. Our hearts apologize to your ears.
Word.
And thank you for coming back, sticking in there, and listening anyway.
Absolutely.
Yes. So my word of the day is I'm going to say family.
It's a go.
I'm sitting and we record in Al's office, and he's got some new prints that he put up. I guess the last one just came, I don't know, the last day or two, because this is the first time I'm seeing it. But they're pictures of some of the dearest people to me, to us, and it's 2, 4, 6 pictures, and they are all of our 2 children and the nieces and nephews that are the offspring of our siblings. And so all 6 of them. And so it's just all of these beautiful faces just staring at us and smile, and all of them happen to be like outside and beautiful weather and flowers and blue skies, and they're just in very vibrant colors. And it's one of my favorites of my son when he was, I don't think he was quite 2 in that picture. But anyway, just looking at their faces and smiling is just kind of warming my heart and making me feel pretty good right now. So love y'all. All 6, 7. I don't even know how many there is anymore. 2, 4, 6, 7. It's 7. And one of them, is all of the grandchildren, including Darnell. So it's just real special, real cool. And for those of you who don't know, Darnell is one of our nephews that passed away several years ago. But yeah, it's just pretty awesome. It's just, just feeling the love, seeing the love, just really, really cool.
Okay.
All right.
So, now I just want to say something about these pictures. I just love pictures. And I have gotten to a new thing where I'm taking pictures and putting them on canvas. And instead of putting them in a frame, I'm just putting them on canvas and putting them up on our walls. And these pictures, these 6 pictures, happen to be just, I've been into photography really since I was in high school, and just liking being able to capture moments with pictures and tell stories. And each of these 6 pictures tell an amazing story. And so I shared them with my siblings tonight. And honestly, they're, I kind of start my morning looking up at it, and it just kind of gives a nice little feeling. So it's cool that you kind of get the vibe that I was trying to get with this wall right here.
Dope.
Business to talk about.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So tonight's
Can't hear Gina.
Jenna Allen.
Tonight's topic. let me rewind. All right, we got some serious business to talk about tonight.
Right. There you go.
Tonight's topic is marriage, porn, and strip clubs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's get it in.
Do these three things go together? Y'all? You think they go together? Marriage, pornography, and strip clubs.
I mean, it's some sort of combination.
Don't know if they go together, but
right.
They exist in the
it's
same
involved.
places.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, I guess to some people they do. I know couples that attend strip clubs together regularly, watch porn together regularly. So, I guess it can.
How many of y'all go to strip clubs?
I don't.
Go
I don't.
or gone. Go or gone.
So we don't go together. We would. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but we actually don't go. Ours like, fuck that shit. I mean, he's not wasting the money on these hoes. He could just fucking throw that money at all of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Fuck out of here.
Well, that too, but that's not why I don't go to. I don't go to strip clubs because I mean. I
mean, I throw back for him. I probably won't do what they do, but I throw back for him.
I spent so much of my youth going to strip clubs underage that now it's just not a thing for me. So, yeah. Now that if my wife want to strip, I'll throw some dollars at her. I'll give her that.
I'm just saying.
Keita and Thomas, do y'all go?
No, I've never enjoyed strip club. So
he was with me when we was underage.
Nah, we used to go hit the hole in the walls, and once I got of age, I ain't really want to rock with it.
Right.
I've gone to strip clubs, but I mean, I'll go if they have a good time, and some chicken wings.
Yo.
Al, what about you? You go to strip clubs?
I haven't gone in a long time. But I have gone in my younger years, like from definitely pre-marriage, definitely on our when brothers got married. It was part of the night before the bachelor night, and had some very memorable. Like it was fun. Had some good times. Have even gone to a couple when we traveled. Had the boys' nights out. Boy trips. But honestly, I haven't gone in a while, and I think just lost the appeal. So it's been a while.
So because Al used to always talk about the same thing you just mentioned, Ladine, about not wanting to throw the money out, at these women and just a waste of money and blah blah blah. And it didn't seem popular at the time, that way of thinking. But maybe
I'm a pioneer.
Maybe it wasn't as unpopular as I thought.
Because she definitely looked at me like, you full of shit.
I would really be like,
you full of shit. That's not what I'm hearing.
It wasn't even that. Like, I just, like, in my mind at the time, like, that was just something that all men like to do. Right? Like, just all men enjoyed going to strip clubs. And when people, or when he would be like, it's not really my thing, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know that I believe in that.
That's pretty much how you looked at me.
Plus, you had a boy that was saying different, so.
What? He was shouting him out? What's happening?
I'm just saying.
He was saying different, or he was acting different? Like, let's just be clear for the Blake. Was he saying, nah, Al loves clubs, or he was hanging out in clubs? I'm not sure which one you're saying. He was saying different.
That you enjoyed strip clubs more than you were letting me believe. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, shame on him.
Shame on him.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you all? I think I heard everybody say they have never been together as a couple. Yes.
No, we've been together before.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we've been together
Yeah,
before.
we've been together.
I even paid for him a lap dance.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would be
We
totally
doing
down
a
to
thing
do that
over
if
here.
Jay wanted to go.
Stop.
Wait, stop. What'd you say, Keita?
We do a little something over here.
Stop.
So when is the last time y'all have been?
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, might be like 10 years, you know, a decade. Yeah.
It was kind of like a CIAA
Yeah.
hard days.
Yes, yeah, double A.
Would you go? Would you go now?
Oh yeah, I would go now. I have no problem in going to the strip club.
Thomas?
I mean, if my arm's twisted, it's not like that enjoyable to me.
Come
Not
on,
even
who
with
don't like to see a bitch shaking their ass? I love.
I mean,
seeing bitches
that's
shake their
cool.
ass. Yeah, bitch, do that shit.
I mean,
Once
that's
you've
cool.
seen one,
but,
you've
like,
seen them all. Though.
I mean, you know, but when I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I would rather, I don't know.
So I'll be honest. While my wife was calling me full of shit for not really wanting to go and give my money away, I kind of felt like she was full of shit when she would say, I want to go with you. Like, I'm like, I know you say that, but you don't really mean that. And as the years go by, I think I probably was wrong. Like, she sincerely did want to go, but at the time, I definitely was
wanted
like,
to go with you.
I was like, man, I don't think so.
That's why this motherfucker never got a pass. He could have got a hall pass, but he
could have got a hall pass.
He was too busy not
again.
believing what I was saying.
And I still don't believe in that one either.
But for the record, it wasn't the whole time. Like at one point, I did begin to believe that just wasn't your thing. But initially, when you would say it, I would just be like, yeah, I just can't buy that. But I did begin to believe you at some point. But yes, I really did want to go to the strip club with you. And he would just never do it. And do you remember telling me that you were like, it would just feel too disrespectful? Because my thing was, because one of the things that I shared with him was that I wanted to watch him get a lap dance. And he's just like, I can't do that in front of you. That would just feel too disrespectful.
No.
I'm like, it can't be disrespectful if I'm okaying it.
Yeah, but I mean, again, and you know, y'all say one thing until, and it's like, that's too much.
Yeah, just a lack of trust. So, JR and Nadine, have you guys ever gone together?
No.
So we have never gone together, but it's not because I'm against it, because I'm totally down to go with him. And I would love to watch him get a lap dance too. But
I don't think I've ever been to a strip club since I met my wife. I mean, and even before that, it's just been a while. I don't enjoy it, so it's never come up.
you know, no, let me just get him.
We know what? What do we know, lady?
Yeah, what do we
share
tell
with
us what we
before
know.
you start cracking up?
Because you know I got that thing. No, I'm just kidding. That's why I said I'm just kidding, because it made me laugh. But something is wrong with
I love it.
No, but anywho, I really wouldn't mind to go with my husband, and I would love to let him get a lap dance. I don't know, maybe it might turn me on watching him get a lap dance. So, you know, Al, sometimes it's not all about you. And I think you might
Turn
need
me
to
on.
give it a little bit. I'm just saying.
Listen, it would still turn me on.
Right. See?
Al, can we go to a strip club so I can watch you get a lap dance?
There you go. Just saying.
Cricket.
It sounds like this marriage retreat got to have a stripper coming.
Right.
Sounds very
Really?
fun.
Make sure the house got a pole in it somewhere.
Yes.
That would be an ill retreat.
Hey, what? Hey, we got enough room.
Hey, for a
Strippers
gift,
at.
I think for a gift for a birthday or something, I actually purchased keto pole.
What?
You said you did or you
Yeah, no, I did.
Okay, Keita.
Did you
Like,
use it,
but
Keita?
like I don't think I ever seen her
Yeah.
use it. She used to let her friends borrow it and stuff, and I never reaped the benefits. I never reaped the benefits from
That
it.
shit
Like,
became the
turn up
community pole.
Vacations. They used to go on vacations. Like, yeah, we taking the pole, we taking the pole, and I was
That
like,
shit
man, I've
Hey,
never
yo.
seen you on the pole. So
Hey, neighbor. Hey, hi, neighbor.
That's
My damn pole.
Right.
Hey, I got
can
Al,
I
I got
borrow?
Shaft.
Can I
got
borrow
Shaft.
that? Can I borrow my pole back, please, neighbor? Oh, I forgot I even had that. Yeah.
Hey, I got shafted, man. I went online and I purchased her, I think, the Carmen Electro pole, and I got shafted. Like, I never
You
even seen her on
purchased
it.
the pole for
Oh my God, what is happening right now?
I mean, I
he
didn't say,
purchased the pole for
Men out there who
$8,000.
but I'm just, I never saw you on it.
And then our house had those tall ceilings, so I couldn't use it in the house.
But you and your friends always found a way to use it. That doesn't make sense.
She just so laughing.
The community pole. That's all right.
Like every time she was leaving for the weekend, I saw the pole on her back, and I was like, "Yo, y'all."
Because they ceilings fit.
Oh, yeah, y'all going with the pole again, though?
They got lower ceilings.
They got low ceilings, man.
They got low, right?
You should have went with them with the low ceilings at. You would have saw.
Right.
Right. Hey, JR, Ladine, that's one of the things is you look for, people's advice on what make sure you have in your next house. Low ceilings.
Low
So
ceilings.
you go put them
Damn right.
Wait a minute. Give me a room with a low ceiling. Just
Give me
one
room with a low ceiling. And
Got to have a low ceiling.
right.
We're fucked.
Oh,
It's
man.
not going down, baby. It's not going down. What are we going to do? We're going to have to build it. I don't know.
Who knew people was walking in the rooms thinking, I
Right.
can't put a pole up in
I
this.
can't put a pole in here.
Can't- We can't live it.
Nah, this shit off my list. Let's go.
I
Oh my
Just
God.
make sure you have a basement. You got a good chance with having a lower ceiling.
It's all good.
Well, with that, Keita, did you take like pole dance lessons? Or
No, I did not.
Gina,
So who
Lay, would
who
y'all
was
take
using
them?
the pole?
She was supposed to.
We were using the pole, me and my friend.
Her and her friends, like, they actually did. Didn't y'all do like a pole dance lesson or something though in Charlotte or something like that?
Oh, yeah,
YouTube?
we did, but that was
Yeah.
for a bridal shower.
Yeah,
The pole was been gone after that.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's funny. No, JR, I've never had.
go
Okay.
ahead.
What'd you say, Layton?
I definitely want to take lessons. I've been said that. I'm taking them shit. I'm going to work that shit. Okay?
Very hard. It's very hard.
I know it's very. You got a lot of upper body strength to really be able to work that. But no, I have never done one. I've thought about it, but I've never actually taken a class. Amelia, our cousin Amelia, went to for one of her girls' birthday. They did. What do you call those? Like those hula hoop things that hang from the ceiling, the big
Oh,
circles
yeah.
that you sit in. And so they did one of those dances, one of those classes. It's kind of like, a pole dancing class in a hula hoop.
Well, you know Miller had no upper body strength. No, she sucked at that
She
shit.
really don't.
None.
Bless her heart.
Right.
But they were very popular at one time. Everybody was throwing a party at a pole dancing class and, all that. But I never did one. But I also feel like, especially if I have a pole in my house, I don't really need to take a class. It's just for my husband. Do I need to take a class, Al?
Nah, I don't think you need to take it.
I'm taking a class because I want to slide up and down that pole, and I want them to teach me all of that shit so I can be like, Jay, look what I learned today.
You do that without any upper body strength. It just don't work.
Lay, you can start using a chair first.
Girl.
Oh.
Let me stop. I'm sorry. We're not gonna go there. But anyway,
I'm saying, ask Nita. She got plenty tips for you. I bet. Her and her girlfriend. I'm just saying. So Al, you didn't answer my question.
I gotta think.
Did y'all hear that?
Because again, I feel like I'm set up. I'm getting set up.
I'm just asking you a question. Can we go to a strip club together?
Al, again, she's a Scorpio. It's not about you. You gotta breathe and let that shit go. It's not about you.
Y'all should see his face. Like, the face is making me not even want to go. Like,
I mean, because
but it's not about you at the same damn time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can go.
Anyway. Please blog when we go.
Yes, please.
Live blog.
I'm just saying. All right, y'all. What about pornography? Are y'all watchers? Do you watch it together?
No.
Mighty quiet.
So we don't watch it together. I mean, I've seen porn, but we don't watch it together. I mean, we could watch it together. I wouldn't mind, but we don't. But I'm not really like a big porn person because I just want to make my own movies. So maybe I could watch it, But I just want to make my own movies with my husband. Now, fuck them. I'm trying to get it in, okay? I'm an animal. I need to get it in.
Okay.
I like the idea of making movies. I think the closest we really got to watch porn together was when we watched a few episodes of P-Valley.
Wow.
That is very pornish.
The strip club series.
That's wow. P-Valley is wow. I felt it every time I watch it.
It was like being in a strip club.
I don't remember. I mean, if that's what it was. I mean, I know we watched it a few times. Porn. I don't remember P-Valley or whatever. But that was a long time ago. But remember, we've made a couple of movies. You remember when we used to do that? We need to try that again in a long time.
Sound like we need to bring that old thing back.
What old thing?
That old thing.
That old thing. Whatever
Y'all
that
ain't,
old thing is.
Y'all ain't lose the tapes nowhere. They just make sure you find them.
Shit, I couldn't tell you where them tapes.
Oh God,
I have no clue.
Y'all all over. Y'all all over.
My kids will find them that when they going through my stuff one day, like, oh shit, wrong tape.
Right. This ain't my graduation. What the hell?
They go, Daddy, mislabeling shit again.
This ain't the Cosby Show.
I'd be so embarrassed. The good thing is, though, they were VHS tapes.
Hey, we went through extreme measures to get rid of it. Shit, I think we even burned the camcorder.
Wow.
They just ain't getting out. Shit, we burned up the camcorder.
Oh shit.
Keita and Thomas, I don't think I heard whether or not y'all watch porn individually or as a couple.
We've watched together before, not often, not a lot, but we've done it before, But I watch it like I watch it in binges. Like I can go months without watching it, then I might watch it for 7 days straight.
But see, this is what I don't understand. He doesn't do the strip club, but he watches the porn, which I don't care for him to watch that. I used to, but I don't care for him to watch it because I just feel like it just brings too much like negative vibes. It's just something I don't want in my house or him to watch.
This is very interesting. So what is it about it? Come on, break it down, Keita.
because I think I think there are. I've seen situations. I'm not saying this is Thomas, but I have seen situations where it can be an addiction, right? And I think where as the others, the spouse, how do you deal with that? Because I've seen marriages break up over that.
Yeah.
Oh, nah, I'm not doing it like that.
Yeah, Thomas, you were hard one
Sound
time.
real defensive, fool. I'm not.
And look, and he told me I'm not doing that. Thomas was going in on it. I even had to sit down and talk to you one time. Remember?
No, I don't
I had
recall
to sit
that.
down and talk. 'Cause he was like taking a shit, kind of like watching it.
No, I don't recall that.
What?
Okay.
Now I know.
No,
Hold
I don't
on. Go ahead, Jay. What was you gonna say?
He was
All right.
multitasking.
Well, no, because like when Gina said that, like she thought that it was something that all dudes do is go to the strip club. At some point, all dudes do watch porn. Like, I mean, at some point, and they have or do. It's a dude thing. So, to a dude, sitting down taking a shit watching porn is no different than sitting down and watching the Bulls highlights from last night. It's just something you do sometimes. So, for Keita, I know from your perspective, it seems like, oh shit, he getting it in. For him, he just like, just checking out a flick. Like it ain't like, so it ain't that serious.
No, this is great because I caught JR a couple times watching porn.
You ain't caught me doing nothing.
All right, he you see what I mean? He was watching it, whatever. That's just what he did. Now, there were a couple times where it did bother me, but I think that when it bothered me again, it bothered me because of my own insecurities, right? It didn't bother me because of, so it bothered me because of my own insecurities, to be honest, now that I can look back at it and say that. But back then, I was on some, oh my God, that makes me feel horrible. It makes me feel like disgusting. Like, why is he watching that? Why isn't he just like coming over here to me? Like, just fucking play with me, nigga. Fuck the video. I mean, I was on that shit from the start. But, I don't know.
So, Keita, you were saying how you didn't like him to watch it. Is it because of some of it because of what Ladine just talked about?
Yes. So some of it is that, and then also it's just that, his attention span was always on that. And then also, to be real, sometimes he'll bring it in the bedroom. So when it was time to, do, he was actually like having sex like a porn star. I'm like, dude, like, calm down.
Wow.
Like, it's right here. It's not going anywhere.
It's right here.
Wow.
It ain't going nowhere. You look at that too many
But then again, I'm sure he tried a couple of reverse layups that Michael Jordan tried when he was watching the Bulls highlights. Sometimes you try shit.
Also, it messes up a lot of like sexually because maybe you've been jacking, I don't know, but then that also messes up, your longevity with the woman.
What do you mean, like his libido, his stamina?
Yeah,
no, she's saying if he just watched it and may have come already, now that it's time to have sex, like...
Nah, he can't bring it to me because he done already fucking worked his shit.
You don't work yourself up too much.
Right. So where the fuck, what the fuck is in it for me? Why am I supposed to like it? Yeah, I get that. I'm sorry.
Nah, that just means you do it and then y'all just take a little break and give him some time and then you go back in.
Right. Because to me, like, I don't know. All right. Maybe I'm oversimplifying shit, but I've been cooking before, and my wife will come in and make a fucking sandwich. I'll be like, you gonna fuck up this dinner I'm making. But she just have a sandwich right before she about to eat this amazing-ass meal I'm cooking. But that's her choice. Same shit. He had a snack before he got the meal, and he fucked it up. You move on. I don't know. It's just shit that happens.
That is not the same
I
thing.
see. I
It
see
is
you
not
doing that
the
one,
same.
Dave. I feel you.
Right.
You are simplifying it too much because it is not the same thing. Because I'm not comparing food to sex.
You do a lot of
Because
times.
if I eat dick, I
Right now you're
prefer.
not. Right now you're not. But when you have the banging ass meals I make, sometimes you do compare food to sex, like that. Sometimes you
Maybe,
do.
maybe. You know what? But I would always prefer the sex over the food. That's a fact.
I'm just saying that, like, everything don't have to be in competition with you, right? And so don't look at it that way. It's like you don't have to look at everything like that I do or that he does, like as a competition with you. And sometimes it ain't got shit to do with you. Sometimes it's just, again, I got 5 minutes. I'm gonna check out this flick, or this shit come out like it's
Right, and so that's what I was saying about before, is that I think it was my insecurities before that would overpower it, because I did feel threatened by the porn. And
But
now
I
I
think-
don't.
But two things. Let's say that is the case, JR, and we have women or us or whatever is looking at it as a competition or bringing up insecurities or, reinforcing insecurities or whatever. Let's say that's the case. Like, don't you have a role there?
Didn't y'all just tell me it's not all about me though?
It's not about you.
What?
And it's not all about y'all.
No, this is about both of you, babe. In addressing, in acknowledging, in considering, in just all of that, in her insecurities or how your action is making her feel. Whether you agree with it or not, like that's not what, should she feel that way? Maybe, maybe not, whatever. That's not my point. She does. And so should it be, well, I'm just going to keep watching these little 5-minute flicks, or, I'm going to watch it as much as I want, or I'm just saying, like, when you two are not in agreement about this particular activity, what should be your response, or what?
Yeah, I'm not saying it shouldn't be discussed, or if you feel bothered by it, or if you feel like somebody's, be it male or female, husband or wife, like whether you feel like they're overindulging, whatever it is. Like, I ain't saying like I do what I want to do, you can't talk. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like probably most likely the response is gonna be, this ain't got shit to do with you. I don't know, like it's unless it's affecting things in other places. And like Al said, if there is an addiction or if you're getting caught in public places, like that kind of shit is, I've seen that happen. So it can happen. But casual, like, intaking of porn, I mean, that's dude shit.
Anybody else want to weigh in?
Well, so in regards to what JR is saying right now, I think that it does. I think that when it comes to, let's say, an addiction, or say it's not an addiction, but the way it might get distorted into an addiction. I had a friend who had the cops called on him because he was in a parking lot and he was jerking off in a parking lot, and somebody caught him. And he got arrested. And he had probation and like everything. And so it was like mortifying for him, for her, because people knew. And it was made to be like a big thing where they lived. And when I spoke to him, he said, yo, like, I'm a man. And if I don't really feel like having sex with my wife and I want to jerk off, I have 2 daughters now. Like, what if one of my daughters walk in the room or they walk in the bathroom and they see daddy playing with his dick? He's like, that's not okay. So I go outside and I take care of my business outside. Do you know what I'm saying? So
No, not really.
I don't know. Right. So what I'm saying is, so that can be looked at.
I don't know about that one, sir.
Right.
I'm like,
I mean,
what?
I understand what he's saying. I don't agree with that choice.
Right, and maybe it's because my bathroom door has locks. I don't know.
Right. Like,
But
there gotta be a better way to.
Either locks or there's boundaries in your house.
Or there are times when my daughters are not home, and I can find a way, sir. Don't go to the don't go to the Exxon, right? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
That's not cool.
Get up.
and then how, like, it's certain, like, how do you build that kind? Like, to me, I couldn't build that kind of comfort level in a public space to do that. So I don't even know, like, if you can build.
That's
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of what was in question, and that's a lot that had to do with the whole, getting arrested, because that's what it's called, right? What is it called? Public display of what is it?
Jacking off in public.
Moronic behavior.
What'd you say?
Public display of moronic behavior.
I'm really not sure, but I do know that, it was mortifying for all of them. So what I'm saying is that like, y'all have a moment to think about it, because somebody already did it and they fucked up. But if that was you and you did that, you don't know how you would feel until you were in that situation. That's all I'm saying. It's always easier to critique when you're not in the situation and you're from the outside looking in. All I'm saying is you never know what can happen from these things, from these arguments about porn in the home, or I don't want you doing that, or this is how it makes me feel. Like, it can lead to other things if you really don't have clear communication on it. That's all I'm saying. What's happening? Why are you laughing, Gina?
Because that's just hilarious to me.
And he got
Why?
caught.
Not that he got caught. I mean, that's not funny, because the repercussions were probably they were big. Right, and if nothing else, you were completely humiliated and embarrassed, the whole family, because you have this grown-ass man outside somewhere jerking off.
Where was he, in the car?
He was in his car.
So where is he putting the?
He got
in
a
that
napkin.
water bottle.
Or a sock.
Yeah.
Come on,
A sock. Ugh.
What do you want me to say? I don't know what to tell you. That is.
So what I was
mean,
laughing
what
at,
are-
it was just like
what are
his
people-
logic is just so ridiculous to me.
Right.
That's what I was
don't
laughing at.
don't
Like,
people
that is
don't people dig boogers in the car? What do you think? I mean, you put where it go. I don't know, like wherever it
Oh,
goes.
but that's a lot of boogers.
Hey, maybe it's flu season. I don't know.
That is a lot of booger. That was hilarious. For those who caught that, that was pretty funny. But I would argue that my car is not public place, though. Like, this is my property. I'm inside of it.
But you're outdoors.
So is my house, technically, I guess. I mean, like, I'm inside my house, but my house is outside. I'm inside my car. My car is outside. What are we talking about here? I'm not on top of my car. I'm not on the sidewalk. I'm inside my private property.
Damn. Some reason right now I'm glad and I'm upset that you are not my attorney.
You're like, that's your strategy?
Right. But I like it. Right.
And I'm saying that that's fine, and you can try it, but I'm telling you, I watch enough court TV to tell you that's not going to work. They do consider it. If you're sitting outside in your car, they consider that public.
Yeah, because you're on public property.
Yeah, and he was in the public, and he was basically in someone else's property, on public property.
But
And I don't know, like, and that's the thing, like, right? Though when you're doing that sort of thing, I mean, I know you could get involved, but when you're doing that sort of thing, like outside or someplace where you shouldn't be, inside or outside, if you shouldn't be there, like, you can't just let all your guards out. Like, why didn't you see the police officer coming up to you as you had your dick in your hand?
Right.
Like, I'm just saying, like, you just like eyes closed, head back, like you just chilling, like you at the crib.
Yeah.
Imagine the cop knocking on the door.
Yeah, that's a.
Right, can you imagine being
definitely
that
a problem?
Excuse me, sir.
He definitely has an addiction.
Can you wipe off your hands and step out the car, please?
Right, but what did you do? See, this was a great episode to have a guest on that knew what it was like for their spouse to have an addiction to porn. So what do you consider an addiction to porn?
I don't know, because I know, like, with drugs and alcohol, like with alcohol, it says when you start, when you drink in abundance by yourself, I would imagine that's kind of the goal when you watching porn. You don't want to be around a bunch of people, like, so I don't know what it would, I mean, I guess it would be the opposite. Like, when you are jeopardizing yourself, in public places and
No, I think it is. I think you're going down the right track, Jay. It's when your choices are hurting yourself based on you wanting this. And so it might be doing it in public. It might be paying for it to where you are now, spending way too much money to it. Now you can't pay bills because you done ran up a porno bill charge, or you're at the strip club giving up all the money away. I think it's when those choices are just having negative outcomes in your life, but you still continue to do it.
Right. So the definition, porn addiction, refers to a person becoming emotionally dependent on pornography to the point that it interferes with their daily life, relationships, and ability to function. So yeah, that's kind of what we're saying.
Yeah, because they said, like, if you have a real bad addiction, you have a lot of arguments. You're not satisfied with your partner.
You become another
stuff like that.
Yeah, you become like desensitized to real life sex because you're watching porn so much.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard of that happening. And to what Keita was talking earlier about a couple's sex life kind of mimicking what's happening on the screen. Like it having that effect for some couples, and it because of the frequency and or how that individual, the male or the female, feels about sex and what it should look like based on, what they've been watching or whatever. But yeah, I can imagine, like, because I could have a problem if somebody was trying to have sex with me like a porn star. I can see why that's an issue.
What? You can see why that's an issue?
Yes, I don't want my sex to be like porn sex.
Well, then I must be the gran puta on this motherfucker, because I want him to do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
And I'm not, don't misunderstand me, lady. I'm not saying there aren't things that are done on the screen that I wouldn't like, or that, this one particular thing that might be considered porn-like. We could do that every now and then or whatever, but I would not, absolutely not, I would not want to be fucked every time I have sex like I'm a porn queen.
All right.
I mean, no, not every time.
Not most of the time.
No, you gotta air this back out. You gotta do your thing, boo. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop because this is a little too much. But I love the way my husband does his thing. Anyway.
I understand what Gina's saying. Like, when you said like a porn star, I mean, like, we're talking about like porn, like you throwing it, it's in your face, like, throwing you here.
I just think that there's a difference in intimacy, in respect.
Yeah.
What feels like, what it looks like. Like, to me, there's a difference in how you would fuck if you were somebody that picked up prostitutes or something, right? Like, you would fuck that person, in my mind, differently than you would the person that you really cared about. I
Not
ain't talking.
making love all the time. Sometimes you fucking. Sometimes it's a quickie. Sometimes I'm gonna need you to fuck me like a porn star real quick. What are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Again, for me, I don't mind it occasionally. I'm just saying that is not how I want to describe my sex life. Generally speaking, I don't want to be like, yeah, I get fucked like a porn star. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm just saying. But I do want to go back to something that was said about I can't remember who said it, but I really feel like a lot of times women and or men, we come with insecurities sometimes, right? Or if you have them, you have them. And a lot of times you've stepped into the relationship with them. Or sometimes you develop insecurities along the way, right? Like based on the reception or, how you're being treated. And I would venture to say that a lot of women, probably more often than not, the securities are either affirmed or come into play as a result of the kind of responses or the lack of response that you get from your spouse. So, for example, I don't think that if I felt insecure about Al watching porn, to me, it would be not about the fact that he's watching porn, but about the lack of attention that I get in as it relates to the way he thinks or he expresses how he appreciates the way I look or the way that I have sex or, you know what I'm saying? And so if all of that was nurtured on a regular basis, I think I wouldn't have a problem with him watching porn. I wouldn't even have a problem with him looking at another woman from a distance. I ain't talking about getting with her. I'm talking about, and so if I felt as appreciated or very appreciated about my physical appearance from my husband's perspective, I would be apt to be less insecure.
So, question, and I definitely agree with you, but I want some further, just kind of dig a little deeper. So, if it weren't porn, if it were, let's say he was watching extreme amounts of football, but he wasn't paying attention to you, would it be the same reaction, or would it make you feel the same way?
I would still have a problem with it because that's about time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that would be about time and not about content.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because the women that he's drooling over or jerking off to or whatever it is that's happening, I got the same shit they got. I don't really have the same skills that football players have, so you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, there would be some level that would just be about, damn, you ain't spending no time with me.
Right.
As as opposed to shit, I don't look good to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
What were you gonna say, Lady?
I was just gonna say that yes, I think it is incredibly similar. I mean, I say that because I know that I took things like that when it came to my relationship with my husband, and I'd be like, yo, what's really good? Is all of this not right here? What's happening? Why are you over there? I need you over here. Seriously. But I know that a lot of that had to do, again, with my insecurities. And like I've said before, and like I'll continue to say, I don't feel threatened by other women when it comes to my husband. And I say that because I know who I am, because I stand in my greatness now. I stand in my power. I stand in my sexy. I know who the fuck Ladine is. So for me, it's very different because before I didn't know who Ladine was. I didn't stand in my sexy. I didn't feel sexy. I felt like I needed him to make me feel sexy. All of that language, all of those feelings, all of that was very present. Whereas now that's not present. So now if I feel like shit, it's because I know that I have control over whether or not I'm going to feel like shit. I get to look good if I want to look good. But other than that, I mean, and I still can look good and let's say not feel 100%.
Whereas before, I used to feel like I had to look 100% in order to feel good. Does that make sense? Did that come out right? Yeah. Okay. But that's definitely not the case anymore. It's very different for me now from what it was before. Whereas I feel like I gave JR a lot of power over that. I felt like his opinion, and not just his opinion, but his actions and the way he reacted towards me, like Gina was saying, to me, it led the way I felt about myself. Where now it's like, okay, if he compliments me, all right, thanks. It's a plus. I'm glad he likes it. He better fucking like it. Right. But but it's just different. It's completely different for me now than what it used to be. And he had nothing to do with that change. That was all Ladine.
What led to that change?
What do you mean? I mean, we were separated for about a year straight. That's what led to that change. And me working on myself and really just getting myself together. Really. Trauma healing. Just a lot of looking in the mirror and realizing that I'm my responsibility versus my happiness being his responsibility. Because with or without him, Ladine still wants to be happy. So he gets to be a bonus, but I get to be happy with or without his, what's the word?
Validation.
Right, without his validation, right. Whereas before, I think I seeked major external validation from everyone in my life, including him, especially him as my spouse. But that's not the case anymore.
Gotcha.
On a deeper note, Al, Pooh, who's your favorite porn star?
That's your deeper note?
Yes.
Come on, who's y'all favorite porn star? Who got a name?
My wife.
Oh, man.
Honestly, like, I don't know, like, this is how much, I mean, I watch porn. I ain't gonna say I don't watch porn, but I don't watch it to the point that I give a damn about anybody's name, actress. I have friends who know those people, like, can really spit, but man, I have no idea. I couldn't name one.
I mean, I know like Vanessa Del Rio because
that's one.
Right,
I recognize
because she was like a legend when we was coming up. But yeah, I mean, if I see one like in a like on a show or something, like, hey, that's old girl from the porn show, from the flick. But I don't know a lot of them by name either. But I thought Pooh would have like racks of them.
No,
I'm not believing Jay right now.
I don't
want Thomas to say anything, y'all, because he got on me just now with the mic closed. So when I was talking about
because he got on you now, he can't talk.
No, he can't talk right now. So when I was talking about like the little period of the addiction and watching porn, that was like 8 years ago. He was somehow thinking I was talking about now. I don't know why he was thinking went that way, but I just wanted to get that clear. Here you go. Go ahead.
No, that's not what happened.
He's recovered.
I said you done painted the picture as if I'm walking through here with my dick out, jacking my dick all day long.
So
at least you're not in the warm. You're not in the warm up.
Right. I don't know.
That's how she made me sound.
Like, to be fair,
walking around with your
right.
That's not what she
so
in
fairness to her, I did not take it that way.
Right.
But like, I could see how when somebody say something like that and that spotlight's on you, how you like, damn, you just make it seem like I'm just right. So I get that, but I didn't take it that way. So,
I didn't take it that way either.
Oh,
I just,
well.
I just assumed you
And I
was in
really
her.
hate that you put that image out.
Right, I just assumed you was in the car at the Exxon.
No.
Go ahead.
You're an asshole.
That was like, man, they compare me to this kid that got caught in the car. Like, but
you and Kellen
I
Winslow
thought that
too.
was, nah, I didn't take it that way.
no,
You
but
you and Kellen Winslow out there doing it.
what was your question, Jay? I didn't hear it because I was totally.
Nah, this is
Oh,
your
my favorite.
porn
Oh, of course. Like we would definitely. I just pointed Vanessa Del Rio out the key there. I was like, yo, that's
Hey,
Vanessa
Vanessa
Del
Legend.
Rio right there.
All right,
So,
I know Legends. What's the other one?
I mean, I know Pinky, but I don't even know if Pinky's still out.
Pinky big as a house now, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't even know if Pinky's still out.
Yeah.
Then you had Angel Eyes. I don't even know if Angel Eyes still out.
I don't even know. And that's the
That's
thing
all I
about
know.
porn. Like, you don't know when these shits be made unless the camera gritty.
Yeah,
You know,
I
it's old.
don't even know
But,
anymore.
Oh man, what's the? I can't, like, one of them. I thought she was like. I thought the porn was like made in like regular, like today's times. And then I saw a flick where it was like it's 20 years later. Like it was old, and now she old.
Right.
But I can't remember her name. I've seen her before, but yeah. So I know a lot of the legends. But Pinky was at a strip club in Atlanta the other week, and somebody videotaped it, and she's like perfectly round. Like,
wow. Oh, Pinky's huge now?
Yeah, Pinky like 5'3" both ways.
Wow. So like, I have no idea who a Pinky is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at Pinky now, and Pinky got pink hair, so I guess that's why she's Pinky.
Yeah.
But
Pinky
these
used
are
to be
old because she not
She used to be
big.
the queen. She used to be the queen of porn.
Pinky was, yeah. She was on top of the game.
Well, they say it's lucrative.
Yeah, I would imagine it's kind of, man, I don't want to put it this way, but top heavy, as far as like the money. I would imagine like everybody getting paid like that, but it's good for people at the top.
People at
Well,
the
you know
top and the stars. You
I
know,
think-
I'm sure Pinky and Vanessa, they.
I don't know. It might be pretty lucrative because
it is $1 billion.
all the like
industry.
washed up stars, all the
Right.
washed up stars or ones that just don't make it, wash out. They go to porn,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I mean, I guess they pay pretty well though.
I don't know. I guess it's what you consider pretty well, but
Yeah.
but it's it's $1 billion industry. So somebody getting paid.
Somebody getting that money.
Somebody getting paid. Lovely. And I don't know if we have so many camcorders and everybody out there videoing, I might go to Alabama and work a pole.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Going
but
to
Jay, you
P-Valley?
better leave that money on the table in the morning. I'm not fucking playing with you.
He said you're gonna have to earn it tonight. You ready?
I might have to earn it tonight then, okay?
Sorry, I don't carry cash. You better get you a cash app.
I can't
I was always tempted when I was in college because I was poor. It was a sign in Columbia. What's the name of that strip club? But it was like a white girl type strip club or whatever. And so me and my friend, every time we passed by the place, it said amateur night. You win $1,000.
The Gentleman's Club.
It was the one on Bush River.
I know you're talking about.
And
that.
so they always had that sign up, and I kept looking at her, and I was like, "Girl, we might need to do that because nobody will know us, and it's just a white people club."
Hey.
We were so tempted, and I was like, "Why do they keep having this sign up that you will make $1,000 for amateur night?"
Because they ready to give it away. Boy, they trying to get it.
I was gonna show it all. That probably would have changed my life.
There you go.
So y'all mentioned, who's that? Keita, you mentioned, somebody mentioned the wings, the chicken wings?
Oh, the chicken wings are, yes,
Yo.
are the best.
That's some of the best food I've had in my life came from strip clubs, y'all. Wings.
Yo.
You remember when
Stoker's used to have
yo,
a $5 steak.
$5 steak meal. Baked potato
steak meal and a baked potato for $5, and it was delicious.
That is always good in a strip club.
That's crazy.
It was, and that was my first experience with that. Eating like it just seems so disgusting, right? Like all of that flesh and juice and grease
and eating chicken wings
and eating at these places, right? It's kind of how I feel about eating at gas stations, but it's a whole nother topic. But it was just that idea of eating, like, because it just feels like such a dirty place, right? Man, we went to Strokers. It was like,
man,
there's some good ass steak right here, and they had some good dancers.
Right.
Yeah, I used to have some homeboys that we would go for lunch every now and then, and like place downtown, and just go get it. The food was good for lunch, and you just enjoy what you looked at while you ate lunch.
Me and Junior used to the cheetah to eat lunch, and steady telling strippers, "Nah, I'm good. I just came to eat."
I'm good.
But South Carolina is different though, right? From Atlanta, you guys still have to wear your bra, or just your underwear, right?
I do think you got to keep your box on.
They cannot.
Okay, yeah, you'll be scared in South Carolina because they're walking around butt. Like nothing.
I heard.
No, I think in Atlanta they gotta wear pasties on their titties and they gotta have a thong on, right?
No,
they don't have to have anything on their
Atlanta has to cover the bottom. South Carolina doesn't have. South Carolina can be completely naked.
Florida too.
It will shock you because you're walking in there and they just walking around with boots.
Mm-hmm.
So, Keita and Ladine.
Yes.
Y'all ever went to the strip club and then went home and was practicing the moves?
Absolutely. I am not even gonna fucking front, okay? I be practicing the moves till this day. I be in the mirror like, come on, we're gonna fucking do this. We're gonna fucking do this.
I feel like you know Ladine be like, oh my God, I did that. And then it was some stuff that was just so spectacular. And then you just be like, you know what? I ain't even gonna try that.
Are you kidding? Don't get it twisted because I definitely ask my friends because I got a couple of friends that been up on that pole and I be asking like, bitch, I need you to show me how to do it like this. Show me how to do it like that.
She be practicing in the mirror. Lincoln walk by like, no, Mom, no.
Not let me see somebody work better than me. I be like, bitch, come here, show me how you did that. What do I do? Do I do it like this?
I have a question. So we're talking about strippers. We always go to the female strippers. But when you have the male strippers, and y'all guys probably know about this, but when you have private parties like with your girlfriend and male strippers, are you okay with your wives going to the private events with the male strippers? Because we all know what goes down in those places.
No, I've never been to one. What does go down, Keita?
So I've actually never been to one married, but I definitely went to one not married, single.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, it was all bad. So this is mad funny. So go ahead.
The question wasn't to you. Keita's asking the dudes.
She was.
I'm like, can they at least answer the question before we skip over it?
Let me tell you.
Can I get a little clarity of what goes on though? I mean, like.
Well, it gets really bad, like where women are touching private parts, jacking, kissing.
Okay, so hold on, Keita. You're giving a whole different picture that my husband does not need to hear about.
I got Katie.
Well, yes, some of it is like that. But so I was very young when I went, and my
So you gonna let them answer the question, lady?
No, because Al wanted a fucking virtual, so I'm giving it to him. He wanted a visual. So anyway, I went with the family friend that was a stripper.
Okay, he was a male stripper. He was my uncle's like homeboy. He was like the neighbor downstairs. Anyway, so I go and he's got me up in there with all his stripper friends. Well, one of them didn't know that I was the friend's niece, basically, because he's introducing me as his niece, right? So so the nigga picks me up, throws me on the table, shoves his face in my fucking cookie, and I'm like, oh my god, I thought I was gonna fucking die. All right, I thought I was gonna fucking die. I was mortified. I didn't know what to do. I was mad young though. I don't even know if I was like 22 yet. So anyway, shit like that happens. So they'll take the whipped cream and they'll put it like, on top of the woman's clothes over her breast, and they'll lick it off, and they'll put whipped cream like on the cookie and lick it off, and they'll do that like over the clothes.
I didn't know my wife knew Deshaun Watson.
I don't know who that is.
What'd you say, Jay?
I didn't know my wife knew Deshaun Watson like that.
So don't.
Anyway,
thanks for the visual. That was very helpful.
That is a little bit of the visual, Al. So now you can answer your question, Al.
Thank you. I'll be first since I was the one who requested some extra evidence. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, and would I be cool? I would be cool with her attending. I wouldn't be cool to hear that she was the one kissing somebody's dick. I would be a little disappointed.
Papi, I got whipped cream. That's what the white stuff is in my head. I got whipped cream all over my hair. He shoved my head in his dick. I mean, I didn't know what to
do. Thomas?
Yeah, I'm good with it. Don't bother me. You done been before.
You good with it? Even how Keita described it.
I just said that's what goes down.
You know damn well I'm not good with you kissing. If you kissing, I'm out. What do you mean? Am I good with you kissing?
But that's
and
what
you better not give a blowjob.
Yeah. I mean, but you done been before, so what? I'm not. What?
Yeah, I love Pooh. I swear to God, I can't stand.
You done been before, ain't it?
No, not to a private. Only one time with Tess.
Oh, but that's before though, right?
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was hosting it though. I wasn't participating.
What was you doing hosting it? What was
I'm saying? What's the job of the host?
The host was just to make sure all the girls were having a good time.
Did you bring the pole?
No, I
don't. Was the ceilings low?
The ceilings was very low. It was real hot. Real hot. But it gets down, so I'm just saying,
JR?
Oh, boy. I mean, I would have said yeah, but not my wife making random uncles and shit going to the strip. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I can't.
I mean, I guess it would be like anywhere else. Like, you know how to conduct yourself. I mean, so if you want to go, go. But you know what the fuck to do and not to do while you're there. Same thing if you was in the Exxon parking lot. You know what to do when you're there and what not to do. So.
Delayed.
I don't know. Right. I don't know.
What?
I mean,
I don't know. I really think it depends because sometimes you don't got no control, and sometimes you just go in there and you'll be in the crowd and they be like, "Come here, bitch." They pick a bitch up, take her on the stage, and they be like, "Okay, hi."
Oh well, maybe you don't know what the fuck to do. So my answer is no. Right. Thank you for speaking up.
You cannot go to the private ones. You can't go. That bitch don't know how to act.
Yeah, the private ones you gotta run.
What?
What is happening? Oh, Keita gonna be the host and Gina gonna be over there taking pictures.
I yeah. All of that is possible, but it also it doesn't have to be all of that.
Right.
All these years, I thought it was a nice little. I thought the ladies
was just chipping
experience. Yes.
Magic Mike.
I thought it was very
Magic
different.
Mike,
I thought it was very different.
Different than what?
Than what they describing.
Oh, so why it ain't no different? It ain't no different than when men have private parties with a stripper.
Yeah, no
It's
different.
the same stuff.
Yo, some men can get a little crazy when it comes to their wives. Yo, my brother, he lost it on my sister-in-law one day because she likes what's Magic Mike's real name?
Tatum.
Tatum Channing.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
She loves Channing Tatum, right? That's her boo. Like, you can't tell her nothing. Then Magic Mike came out. Oh, my God, forget about it. So my brother was literally there flipping out one day. He's drunk, and he's flipping out on her because she likes Channing Tatum. So some people take things to the extreme. And especially when it comes to, like, the stripper stuff. And I think males and females can get a little bit too jealous. Like, because even if the dude is grinding up on you, right, and you the girl in the chair or whatever, like, what's really happening? Nothing's happening. It's like if you get a lap dance, you're getting a lap dance, all right? So your dick might get a little hard. I mean, so maybe she'll rub on it a little. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully you're really not fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Like, that's the goal.
I'm just saying. So when it's turned around and it's the woman and she's in the chair and he grinding up on her, just let her get that little feel really quick. Just let her get up on her really quick. What do you want me to say? I don't know.
I mean, I agree with you, but I mean, we can't act like it's nothing. Right, like to be like there's nothing happening. Yeah, there's something happening. Like niggas is getting hard, women are getting wet. Like this is sexual activity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because is it different because you're paying for it? Right. Because if I did that shit to a chicken food line, I get arrested.
Right.
And
right. I was going to say, and Ladine would be in your
ass. But if I paid her, would you be okay with it?
Only if you was at Magic City.
Yeah, right.
You can pay it all
because the difference is right. Because the difference is in the setting. Come on, if I know you went to a strip club, or if I'm next to you in the strip club, then we paying that bitch together.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is, what makes I'm not asking for you. Like, what is it about us that makes that setting makes it okay, outside of like normal? Like, if it was some chick from work. And you was like, yo, this bitch in your office grinding on you? Well, yeah, but I paid her. Oh, okay, you straight. Like, what is it about us as a people that makes it okay in that setting? That's weird to me.
Because you really want to do it, and we've made it okay to do it at that particular place.
Right.
Yeah.
And that place is considered like entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Right. Job and the bitch at work, and you paying that bitch, that's not okay.
Nah, we know it's all inappropriate, right? But it's one of those taboo kind of things that we like to do, and so we've established a setting in which we're saying it's okay for you to be inappropriate in that setting, as long as that's where you are. And to Jay's point, you paying somebody. Right. But if you take it outside of that setting, then we losing our minds, and we calling it infidelity, and we trying to stab and shoot them.
I think to Jay's point,
don't make it no less weird.
Insanity. There's something in there, and I claim it too. But there's something in there about that either one of them is wrong. Mm-hmm. So either we should look at that setting as inappropriate, or maybe we need to look at what someone doing outside. Because if it don't matter there, it don't matter there. None of it matters, or it all matters. But to just for whatever reason we are okay with it over here. That don't make much sense.
It makes so. I mean, yes and no, but we make a lot of exceptions all day. You know, in every area of our lives. I'm just saying.
I mean, we do. Don't make them right. I mean, we just happen to be talking about this one. That's why I'm talking about this one. But. Don't make it any less weird to me. I've always thought that was weird. Like,
I never thought about it.
That's one of the things. That's one of the things like made me lose my appeal for strip clubs. It was like, well, I'm gonna do this, and I can just go get the real thing. Like it. So, I've never understood the flip that goes, like the switch that goes on to make things okay in one setting and not another. I don't get it.
Well, shit, Al, we ain't got to go to a strip club. We can have homegirl come here. She can give you a lap dance right here.
Now that would be worth blogging about.
That would be worth blogging about. You see, I don't know. I think you're right. I'm sorry. The setting definitely changes everything. The atmosphere changes everything. The environment changes everything. It just does. You're not going to talk about the shit that you talk about on your podcast in the middle of your office at work. You're just not.
I do sometimes, but even if I don't, again, as Gina acknowledged, we make a lot of exceptions for based on settings, but we just happen to be talking about strip clubs and porn. That's why I'm talking about this one. We could be talking about boxing, football, anything. If I did the shit in a boxing ring in public, I go to jail. But we're not talking about boxing. We're talking about porn and strip clubs. So I'm talking about this one.
Which is why your fundamentalists or your very wholesome people would say that you stay out of there, right? Because it's that kind of environment, those conditions that makes you or makes it acceptable to participate in these unholy acts.
Yeah.
And so you stay away from those kind of places that makes you, act certain ways.
All right, Pastor Jenkins, I see you at Mr. Lucky's Friday night. Whatever.
Well, that's where it's alive.
Right.
What goes on there never happened.
Unless you come out with the cooties. Oh, okay. So how many of you all have been in the private room, in the VIP rooms at the strip club?
I have.
And what goes down in the VIP?
Exactly, Nadine.
So no sex in the champagne room. That's what
it's it depends at the club, right? It depends on the dancer, honestly. God's my witness, I've never fucked anybody in a strip club. But what happens not in the strip club, in the either one. I don't mean stop tripping. But what goes on in the VIP room is definitely more expensive, and the rules are different back there.
True. Yeah, I'm without. I've never fucked anybody in a strip club. So I have an ex who, the time we were together, her roommate was a stripper, and so we would all go to the strip club together, where she worked at, and we'd be in the VIP room pretty frequently. But I ain't never went that far, as far as having a chance to get the cooties, as Gina said.
And some clubs, they got the VIP room, but then they got private rooms. Because I've been in clubs with a VIP room, is you're in there with, it's like a lot of dancers and guys back there, so it ain't that buck wild. But then they got another room off of that room where it's just people can go to for getting broke off.
Have you been to that room?
Never been in that room.
My question is, what made you guys decide to go to the red light room? Did you just want
the VIP
more
room?
of a
That's the red light room, okay?
Because the rooms are different. The rules were different.
Yeah, rules are different, and
you wanted to touch.
It's kind of like the rules are different. Not necessarily just the touching, but it's kind of like in class. Sometimes you want a little like one-on-one attention versus the whole class getting attention. So, it's a more intimate setting and more attention on you. But like Al said, it's more expensive. So especially when you're young, we have this, this thing with equating how much money I spent with how much of a good time I had. So,
dumb.
Right, just dumb as fuck. And so that's kind of a part of it too. I'm about to go in and spend all my money. So yeah.
Right. I brought money for the strip club.
Right.
This is my budget.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, come on, let's go.
Right.
You like that was dumb.
So all of that.
But that's how they paying their tuition.
Right. Supposedly.
So, ladies, and I really don't know the answer to this question, because in Atlanta, like, male strip clubs are very hard, like, they damn near don't exist. So if it's anything like back in the day that used to be, what do you shit, I can't think of the name, but there was a stripping group that came through. Chippendales, and so they would come like once a month. You know what I'm saying, at different spots, and you would kind of follow them around the city. There was one club in Decatur that would do male review night, again, like once a month, and the rest of the time it was either a regular club or a female strip club. So like it was just different in Atlanta. So I really don't know. But so I'm asking y'all, do clubs with male strippers have private rooms too? VIP rooms or whatever? Do y'all know?
Oh, I don't know.
Tickets twice.
No, they don't. Thomas, he looking at me. I was like, what are you looking at me for?
I said, your ass, no, I got 2 tickets twice.
Go ahead.
You said they don't, Keita?
No, they don't. They don't have a private room. Mm-mm.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So y'all can get y'all dick sucked.
Right.
But we can't suck a dick if we want to.
Oh, right.
I'm
Well,
just saying,
that's not the same. First of all, Gina. First of all, that's totally. That's I'm about to explain it to you. Now that's not apples. That's not apples and oranges. That's apples and like radiators and shit. Like that's totally not the same. So
then what if we got the oral performed on us?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That would be the equivalent. You sucking a dick and me getting my dick sucked is not the same. Don't get that twisted.
Why is that not the same?
Listen, it don't even matter. I ain't
no,
whatever.
What?
The point is still.
First of all, you
ain't
just go dismiss me like my feelings don't matter. No, that shit is not the same.
Why isn't that
They are fucking arguing with me. That's what I'm trying to explain. God damn, what are you listening to?
I heard what you said.
So,
it's the same.
How?
I'm like, who's arguing? But it does whatever.
No, whatever me. I'm trying to get a point across. So this is what I'm saying is not the same, because one is you're committing an action, right? And
you're receiving an action.
Right. Receiving and giving are 2 different things, Shakita.
Right.
It's 2 different things by
but
definition.
It's all
not the same. No, you can't just say it's the same because you feel it. We read definitions on here all the time. It's not the same by definition. You can't go rub a fucking orange on your kneecap and eat an orange and get the same effect. It's not. It's just not the same thing. You can argue it all day long.
Many rules.
It's not rules.
So go ahead. Okay, but now what was the question though?
This is what I'm saying. We arguing about that. Well, JR is arguing with himself about that, and the point of the question.
You want to argue about that shit? We'll argue for 15 minutes about it. But go ahead.
The question was, why is there a private room for the female strip clubs, and the other strip clubs where men perform? The patrons there aren't afforded the same luxury of a private room to do whatever.
Because we're allowed to be their hoes, but they can't be our hoes. That's why.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because y'all think sucking dick and getting your dick sucked is the same thing. That's why you don't get the opportunity to make that choice.
Well, that's the same as a man. A man feel like if a man is giving him head, he's not gay.
Who fucks
you?
What?
Feel like
okay,
they're not gay.
So
that's an argument everybody has with each other.
Everybody like who?
I mean, it went left, but it's a big argument that people have.
I'm out on this one.
Okay, yeah, I ain't even arguing with this one, Gina.
Hey, I'm out on this one.
Now
Gina don't want to step in now.
Giving and receiving.
Now Gina don't want to step in. Gina,
No, so you know what,
JR?
I wasn't even arguing with you before. I never once said you were wrong. I never argued. I was just trying to get to the point of the question.
Right.
It wasn't about if the shit was the same.
Right. This shit
I don't
ain't.
care if the
But
same is not the same. I don't give a fuck
what does this have to
just
do with the
about
question? Is what I'm asking
or
you.
not.
What does this have to do with the question? Is what I'm asking you.
Okay, now can
Right. Whatever. Move on.
right? Can we move on? Okay, so was there anyone that had something? Keita, what were you just saying about this?
Well, I was still on with Gina. What she was saying is why we don't have a special room like the men have a special room.
Right. Okay. So now, and
then I jumped on what Jay said when he felt like Gina was saying is, giving and receiving. Then I was like, well, that's an argument people have all the time. Jay saying it's not the same, but people argue about that all the time. When they give or they receive, people feel like when they receive something, they're not considered doing something bad, or like I brought up gay. Men think if they receiving, they're not gay. But
so now, giving and receiving are two different things. And so I understand JR's point there. Giving and receiving are two different things. Now, you're talking about receiving from the same sex being different than receiving from the opposite sex. That is not the same thing. So that's a completely different conversation.
It's still giving and receiving.
I think in both cases, there's a difference in that they're not the same action, but they are similar in terms of how people value or look at the behavior. And I'm not saying everybody does, but as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to giving or receiving head, if my wife was doing either one of them, while it's different action, I'm still equally pissed. Equally pissed. And I look at the same thing as gay, me personally. If you're giving or receiving, it's like that's just how I look at it. Mm-hmm. It's different action, but they're the same in terms of how I take it in and how much it matters to me. They're same on that tip.
So apparently y'all having this conversation.
That's what I was saying.
So
yeah, I'm with you, Al.
Yeah, but like to me, like
you with Al now, and I was saying the same thing.
Yeah,
what?
But
I don't know what you were saying. I just know you said.
But to me, just because I would be pissed equally doesn't mean they're the same. So.
Like I agree with you on that too, Jay. I think in many ways all of us are saying very similar stuff. Like so.
That's what I was trying to say from the beginning.
That's like Gina. If we have the private room with the male, okay, what if we're receiving? We're getting fucked. We're receiving it.
Well,
so what else do you want us to do?
I think it's more based on, it's kind of like the NCAA tournament, and hear me out. It's about revenue. I don't think as many women would be willing to pay for private rooms to go suck a dick as a bunch of dudes would to go get a lap dance. And so I don't.
What if it wasn't the bitch going to suck a dick?
I do.
What if it was the bitch going to get whatever service performed?
No, but
we're talking about what if a bitch was going to receive the same way a man was going to receive.
So
we're not talking about going to pay to suck some dick.
Okay,
we're talking about just going to pay to receive a service the same way.
Okay, but the fact that you're saying, and y'all all acknowledge that it's few. This male strip clubs are very few and far between. Don't you think if it was financially feasible to have them everywhere, they would be?
Facts.
So no, women are not showing up in droves every weekend blindly. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, blindly on a Wednesday night with 6 of their homegirls every Wednesday on lunch to get some chicken wings every fucking Tuesday. Y'all not doing that. Dudes do
right,
that.
Because
it's
that's not what we're talking about, though, Jay.
That is what I'm talking about. My point is that the reason those private rooms don't exist is because that's another level of expense that's just not going to pay off for the club owner.
Correct. That's what his point
now, No, okay, I understand your point. Great fucking point. But that's not the reason why they don't exist. So they don't exist, one, because it's the same story that when a man does it, it's okay. And when a woman does it, it's not.
It's not.
The same.
No.
It's like the WNBA.
It isn't. Bro, so you mean to tell me?
Whose egos are the size of Africa and won't even let their fucking men, they won't even let their woman out to the strip club, let alone have
But if that's a reason why, then that's a reason why. That may be a reason why it's like that. But there's a reason why women ain't showing up like dudes do. Whether it's because their husbands don't. That's a reason why. It's not financially feasible.
All right, understood.
I find it hard to believe that a club owner,
right,
if he thought or she thought that having 3-4 private rooms would add to the money he or she made in the club, that they would be like, nah, we not doing that because we think men is different than women. I think it's more what Jay is saying, that when it comes to how a business owner would look at, how do I want to use that space? You know what? Women might not support that private room. I'd rather have them sitting out there eating and drinking and bring them into my club and use the space that way with seats and tables, not a private room.
Right, because you can't say, it's contradictory for you to say, well, they bring out the Chippendales once a month and they bring out the Male Review once a month, but it's not okay for women to go out. Like, no, they do it. It's just not financially feasible for them to go all in. At some point, you have to draw that line as a business owner and say, where do I stop being profitable? And I just think that if you open up you open up 6 full-time male strip clubs in Atlanta every day of the week and have private rooms and put in all the expenses that you do with female strip clubs, you're going to lose money. It's very simple.
That may be true, but that's not what I was suggesting. I am not talking about having male strip clubs on the scale that there are female strip clubs. I'm not even talking about 3, 4, 5, 6 private rooms. I'm just saying that when you have a strip club, it wouldn't be an awful idea to have at least one private room to give the women who would like to go all out the option to have a private room. It don't cost a whole lot of extra money. You ain't losing. Like, you're not building no extra house. I'm talking about a corner where they can have their private shit if that's what they wanted.
Okay, and so now you want to oversimplify the shit because then you wouldn't have enough money and you wouldn't make enough profit. You know why? Attorneys. Because if you allow a bunch of dudes to go into private rooms with a bunch of women a bunch of dudes who have no proof that what went on in that room didn't happen, then you got to pay for attorneys. Then you got to pay for those.
Wouldn't that be the same thing?
Wow, James.
Yes, you do. There? Yes, I'm going there. We just finished having this conversation about Deshaun Watson Saturday.
So you think a woman will actually go and have an attorney and she went to the private room to do whatever? She's there to be entertained, not to sue. Just like men go to.
Right. I think that the idea.
Women,
hold on, Jay. I think
you mean to tell me that this doesn't happen to women and men that go to hotel rooms together?
No, that's not. No, okay.
That's different.
I think that the idea that women won't pay for sex, that women don't want sex, that women aren't the same sexual beings that a male is the reason why this gets fucked up, is the reason why these lines get blurred, is the reasons why there are not places like this.
I said that the first time and I was told it's not what we were suggesting.
That's not what you said.
Wow.
That's what I said. It's exactly what I said. It's not financially feasible.
All right, so I guess we just going to have to agree to disagree on this one.
Y'all do
and
realize
at the end of the day,
shows,
it don't
right?
even matter because we don't get to go to the private room with the dude. So
you can't
Y'all
give or receive.
Y'all can always start a business. There's opportunities where stuff lacks. So if something's missing, start the business.
You right. You right. I'm
Don't
gonna start me a
complain about
little.
Right.
I'm gonna be a little pimp. I'm gonna be a little madam.
You gonna go out of
Madam
business.
Right.
Have y'all
You gonna go broke,
have
and I'm gonna
y'all-
tell you.
Gina,
See what happens.
Gina and Lay. So there is a guy on Instagram. He's from South Carolina. I think they're from other places too. But they give really good deep massages. I'm sure they have them sign some type of waiver. But he's like banking. Like he's making so much money off just massaging women naked.
I'm telling you.
when
But
y'all get
hopefully there's a
massages,
too.
do y'all go for massages, Ladine and Keita?
Yeah.
Do you get naked, or do you keep your underwear on, or you rocking a bathing suit?
I have a thong on.
Mm-hmm.
But I am topless. I don't have my yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Lady?
Well, I don't really go to get many massages. Probably the way I guess I should. But when I have, I'm trying to think. I think I was naked. I had a towel over me, over the important parts.
Just the important parts, huh?
Yeah, just important.
Yeah, I used to get him naked too until my husband expressed that he had an extreme problem with the fact that I even took off my panties. Right.
Al, what is that about?
That's his stuff. What you mean? I'm sorry.
It's a massage. It's a
That's that
professional
male
situation.
ego, lady.
It's about, again, it's not an acceptable. You don't have to take it all off.
But why? That doesn't really answer the question.
I guess, like Ladine said, that's my stuff. You ain't got to take it all off.
But that's
He or she don't need to touch all of that. Nah, that's all right.
Told you that was his stuff. He made that clear on one of the previous shows. He said that is his stuff. Let's see.
But they ain't touching all of the stuff. The butt, yes. But they gonna touch that whether you got panties on or not.
He
'cause it's just a
doesn't care,
muscle.
Gina. He said that's his, and that's it. He said that a couple of shows ago. I'm telling you, I remember.
Somebody listening.
Ladies, would y'all have a problem if your husbands went and got a massage and was naked during?
I mean, no, I wouldn't be upset.
No, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Thomas, you were naked?
No.
Or you had your underwear on?
Yeah, I had my underwear on.
But you had everything else on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset either.
I wouldn't be upset. And
JR?
I understand what you're saying about it being a professional situation.
Mm-hmm. JR? Did we lose Jay? Oh.
No, I mean, it would bother me either way, I guess. Never really thought about it.
You said it
But I
would or would not?
No, they would. I mean, like they said, like she don't go get massages like that. So I've never really thought about it. I don't know.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I never went to school for massage therapy necessarily, but I definitely give like amazing massages. So I get the whole professional standpoint sometimes, but I do also get like keeping maybe your drawers on or something. Because there are times where I've had to massage people in a little bit weird places, but people have always had clothes on when I've given them a massage.
So when you're women, when you're naked and the masseuse is massaging you, is the masseuse massaging your breast?
No, that's not a
No.
muscle.
No. Yeah, no. I mean, around it, yeah.
Right.
But not the breast itself, like not my nipple. Like they're
Not your
going-
nipple, but he might be rubbing up. They might rub up on the breast though.
No.
Well, let's say like the top of the breast or maybe underneath or around, but not the actual breast itself.
So the pec muscle.
No,
under
they
the
only
breast.
get the size of your body.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Or
they
on
don't.
top.
They never would touch your breast like
No.
no
No.
part of the breast.
Not a professional massage. Now, if you get a massage with a happy ending, yeah, all that might be touched, but not a regular massage. They're going to do your chest up here on top of your breast. And that's it.
The top of the breast.
Ain't nobody said them at the top of the breast. You hear me saying the chest, man. Stop playing.
The
So-
chest is the top of the breast.
So your
No,
butt, they only
Part of the breast.
so they only
He's
get the
standing
muscular
here
parts of your
pointing
butt.
to where he talking about. That's on the breast, not on the breast. But
Nah, I need them to massage my butt. I need them to get all of that muscle.
But-
They need to get all of that.
But what if you
Yes.
got? What if you got?
yes,
Well, what
they
about?
can. That's the muscle.
Well, what about the fat part of the butt?
I need them to massage my booty, period. Get it. I need you to get that. Yeah, get that.
So the
Well,
butt
Jay, they
gets
got to do
treated.
the fat part sometime because the fat is covering up the muscle.
Same thing with the titties, is what I'm saying.
Tell him,
I get where Al's
It's
going with this. Is what I'm
different.
saying.
It's different because there's no
titty
nipple
doesn't have
hanging out
any
of my
muscle.
ass. Yeah, and there's no
They
titty.
only have tissue. They
There's
don't
no
have no
titty.
muscle.
There's
The-
no
the
nipple on my ass. There's a difference. I
There's
feel
no
like
nipple
the
on her ass.
nipple. Yeah,
That could be a-
because the nipple is a lot more sensitive. So to me, it'd be like, okay, so don't go massaging my asshole. Like to me, that would be
Yeah.
the same as massaging my nipple.
I-
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a little different. But my butt, I mean, it's my butt. It's a whole muscle, and that shit needs to be massaged. Loosen that bitch up. Thank you. Fuck out of here.
But the gluteus maximus and the pectoral, they're both muscles with fat over them.
Right.
Okay.
So they need to be massaged.
Right, the titty has the pectoral. It has fat over it. So that's what Al is saying. Why the pec don't get attention like that? But
Because the
gluteus-
nipple is not. Because the nipple is not getting the attention. Is what we're saying.
It just doesn't.
Mm.
When you think of the breast, typically you don't think about. I mean, you think of it as a sexual part of the body.
I'm an
Like-
ass man.
So
That's a private
Okay.
area, right? So good.
Some
So
don't.
you would be
The
a
ass is
great
sacred.
masseuse for the ass.
I'm not the only ass man. Is what I'm. There's a reason why it's a thing. The ass
So
is a sexual term too.
I have a question again for the ladies. I think y'all all agreed it was okay if your men went in there naked. Did I hear that?
Yep.
Yes.
How close to my penis can the masseuse
As close as she wants to get without touching it.
without touching it?
The
All
inner-
around
the
it, just
thigh is fine.
The inner thigh's okay.
The inner thigh, of course, the inner thigh is fine.
Yeah, you got to massage that.
You know, if she cupping your balls as she coming up through the inner thighs, then we got a problem. But if she ain't,
My
get
thigh
that
goes all the way up.
Right,
Some
and-
masseuses, if they see you have like a boner or something, they'll walk out and then wait
Really?
until you can.
Kind of
till
professional.
you get yourself together.
Until you get yourself together.
What kind of professional is that?
That's very much of a professional. Like I need you to handle that, and then I'll come back in.
And I will come back.
Al's
Mhm.
stupid.
Trained. You need to be better trained. You need to be poised, be able to handle that.
Mm-mm.
No, that's what she's saying. You need to be poised. You need to handle that.
Hey,
Right.
you might have the customer feeling really good and just
Control
nature
yourself.
takes over.
Control yourself. Mm. All right, y'all. I think we have come to that time. We've talked a lot. We've argued. We've come to some conclusions. We're walking away with some questions unanswered, and some folks wanting their breasts and assholes and all kinds of stuff massage.
Just my gluteus maximus. That's it.
But I'm just saying. All right, y'all. Another good show. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel.
Bucks. Yes. Good night, y'all.
Y'all.
All right. Peace.
Best Medicine Podcast with Simba, sparking positive change in the community, having real conversations and therapy. And you know that laughter's the best remedy. Got that heavy dose of humor for your hearts to heal. With mental health, it can't get any more real, yeah. Best Medicine Podcast. Laugh, love, learn. Best Medicine Podcast.
Best Med Pod, it's your man Simba Roar back in this thing one more time, bruh. Come get your weekly diagnosis Thursday at midnight, only on the Defy Life Podcast Network. Check us out, though.